I'm going to vote for her anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid interview.
Exactly.
So don't shit up.
Now, I don't know if you saw our man Quentin Tarantino, brilliant filmmaker, and Bill Maher. I've been on that show before. I like Bill as a human being a great deal, talking about whether or not Kamala should give interviews. You've doubtless been subjected to many of the peculiar moments of her behaving spontaneously and questioned whether or not there are influences other than the deep state blob manipulating her neurological pathways. Could there be some secondary agent? So many questions when it comes to that. But one thing it appears to have been agreed on is they want to minimize her contact with the electorate. They don't want Kamala Harris popping up on TV spontaneously, appearing in front of the likes of you and me, shooting the breeze so free and easily. They want that controlled and they want that curtailed. Well, let's have a look at Quentin Tarantino and Bill Maher talking about the strategy, because strategy is everything now. This is not a movement that believes in free speech or children's health or ending war or any of those things. Those are free policies that you can take to the bank, with Bobby Kennedy's announcement that he'll be joining Trump's presidential campaign and eventually, one hopes, government. Here's Tarantino and Maher.
Bigger issue is the left and their ability or their desire to engage with anyone who's not already in the bubble. And they get a big fat D- on that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. I mean, you see Kamala. I mean, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad we have a real fight now for president. But doesn't talk to the press, would never go near me. And when you won't go near the people who are going to vote for you, I'm going to vote for you. Do I have to love everything? No, I don't. It just shows and you're right. I see it so much.
Well, hold on. I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't see her. Well, there's no reason for her to go on your show before the election, but I can actually see her.
Yes, there is, because I speak to the exact voter she needs, the person who is in the middle, the person who is not ideologically captured by either side. Now, there are some who are that, and everyone is welcome. I need a bigger audience all the time. I'm greedy that way. But basically, that's exactly the audience she needs. The MSNBC crowd is already voting for her. People who watch me, who will decide, this election will probably be decided in like 4 states by something like 80,000 votes in each. That's how these elections, how close they are these days. And that's where we're back to. We're at least back to normal, which sucked, but it is normal that it's 50-50 going into the election. With Biden, it wouldn't have been.
Let me ask you about this, though. Okay, look, there's nothing you said that isn't right. All right. And there's definitely nothing you said that isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle where you have a year to set your case. I think there's just all about winning the election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about winning. What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for, all right, but we give the Republicans credit for, it's like, no, sometimes it's just about winning. And it doesn't matter how we look at this moment. It's about winning.
Right.
This is about winning.
Yep. No, it is.
It's a mad dash, and she is running, and she's not stopping to stumble.
And you know what?
And there's nothing wrong with stopping this. I'm going to vote for her anyway, no matter what she says in a stupid interview.
Exactly.
So don't shit up.
Whoa, so it's kind of strategical, according to Tarantino, who just wants to win. I feel like looking at it as if it's a sport is the kind of voiding of nuance that's helped to get us in this terrible mess, along with the incessant, unending blizzard of data that we're all supposed to contend with. The havoc of online news, the inability to focus on true fidelity, something that actually means something that's drawn from and derived from simple universal principles. You know me, I don't want to bang on about it, but I tell you, it's easier living in this world as a Christian. It's easier to recognize this is what I believe in. This is what I'm here for. This is a distraction. This is nonsense. I don't mean I'm not interested in talking to you if you're an atheist or a materialist or a Muslim or a Jew or a Buddhist or New Ageist or whatever. It doesn't, of course, I respect your freedom. In fact, that's what this channel is about. But when I hear that kind of excitement about worldliness, just like we're going to win, where is that drawn from? Think about the last few years. Think about what happened in the pandemic. Think about this Ukraine-Russia war. Think about what's happening in the Middle East right now. There's just endless brutality and chaos and mindlessness and corruption. And the idea that Kamala Harris, a person who's already in office, represents a kind of change or evolution or advance. So I don't understand it, because I know Quentin Tarantino I've only met him once, briefly. Morrissey gig, Staples Center, Los Angeles. I was being ushered in. I had Morrissey's favor back then. And the Tarantino, they wouldn't let him in. I remember, like, he was like, oh my, and I heard him go, oh my God, what, Russell Brand? Oh my God, Russell Brand? Like that. I was like, you should let Quentin Tarantino in, I said. Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, let the guy in. But Morrissey's security were pretty clear. My point, though, is this. How can you get so excited about any of this stuff? It's just all so berserk and so bizarre and so ludicrous. What we have to think, I suppose, is if you really want change, how can you achieve change by voting for someone who's like the vice president right now, whose alignment with Biden is so consistent that they haven't even bothered to cross his name out in their pre-convention documentation? So, if it's change you believe in, if it's new alliances and a kind of new type of politics, which I guess I was slow to realize Trump to a degree represented. People were very keen to frame it as a throwback to ethnocentric nationalism and militarism as espoused at the end of the 20th century. But it's a kind of new emergent post-globalist populism. And if you fold into that figures like Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Kennedy, you might have something really, really interesting. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat? Listen, you know that we are partners with Rumble, and Rumble have gotten into the coffee game. Now, if you knew that your coffee had been tainted with pesticides and chemicals, sitting in bags for months, sitting in an old bowl bag for months, probably with traces of mold, would you drink it? The answer is, of course you wouldn't. Even Jill Biden wouldn't drink a bag so contaminated. Most of the coffee we consume is stale, flavorless, and full of harmful substances that have a negative effect on our health. Rumble's 1775 coffee, on the other hand, is free from harmful substances and chemicals, whilst it's also rich in flavor. The beans are sourced from high-altitude farms in Bolivia, roasted weekly in Miami, and delivered fresh to your doorstep. As believers in freedom, buying 1775 coffee helps fight back against other coffee makers that don't even care about you none. Join the coffee revolution and brew rebellion with Rumble's 1775 coffee. It's dark, it's delicious, but there are a variety of blends available. All you got to do is go to 1775coffee.com/brand. Use the code BRAND right now to get your 15% off. You can click that. There's stuff available whether you're in the Wake and Wonder chat or in the Rumble chat. It's pretty bloody good coffee. I'll tell you that right now. And I say that as an Englishman for whom the date 1775 is a very painful thing to reflect on. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.